I'm gonna be honest, I was pretty doubtful that we're gonna get any Pokemon news until like June, but lo and behold, the day I wake up like feeling like garbage, they're like, let's drop some news. So we get some news today. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Pokemon Legends ZA and just Pokemon in general. Let's dive into it. Okay, first and foremost, we finally got a release date for Pokemon Legends ZA, releasing on October 16th. To be honest, this isn't really that crazy. We already knew that it was gonna release in like around November, but that's the thing. We thought it was gonna be in November. Like Pokemon's always released in November for the past 10 years. So what's like the change now? What's the sudden change? I think they're doing this obviously in homage of Pokemon X and Y, which released in October 12th of 2013. We got brand new art for Mega Evolutions and also the box art for the game. So if we look at the box art specifically, we have the main characters, Urbane and Towny, with their starters seemingly facing off against the Mega Lucario. I mean, this is kind of just regular shit, but a lot of people are seeming to think that this is Emma from Pokemon X and Y, and I would not be surprised at all. I mean, look, we already know that Pokemon Legends ZA is going to be set in the future, like a few years later than X and Y, but we didn't know how far exactly. But now we actually get a good gauge of how far into the future that this is, because we could see Emma, I mean, pretty sure that this is Emma right here, looking like fully grown up, right? Like in the X and Y game, she was probably closer to like 13, 14, maybe at the oldest 15. Now she looks like, you know, a grown woman. Like she got a bob and everything, you know, it's the same bangs. She has the same like outfit from when she was in her little Power Rangers fit, and then now all she has to cover it is like a trench coat. So this is almost guaranteed going to be her. Why is she using a Mega Lucario? I don't know. This might just be for the box art only. Also, speaking of which, the box art looks crazy. I'm looking at everything right now and it looks super clean, super sick. It's like one of the first Pokemon box arts that genuinely look cool, but I forget, you know, Legends Arceus also had a box art that was pretty similar to this. But that's besides the point. We can see a few other things, a few more legendaries. Another person wearing a trench coat behind Urbane and Towny. Now, this Mega Ring, I really cannot put my finger on who it could belong to, but it is definitely probably somebody that they're trying to hide, because I thought at first, oh, that wasn't Emma, that was just like a random trainer. But now upon further inspection, it's looking like that person that is behind the main characters. Oh wait, you know who it is? Wait, I just realized, yeah, I didn't even know we had a whole website of stuff to really look at. Now, I mean, we didn't really get that much new news besides, like I said, besides the box art, which I feel like the box art looks extremely good. They also, you know, showed that we're getting a Switch 2 version, which we already knew about beforehand. They already told us, but it's seemingly going to be like a $10 price difference. They even said like, okay, $60, or I mean, at least in euros, it was 49.99 euros, which is like translates to pretty much $60 in USD, so it's probably gonna be $70 for the Switch 2 edition. I'm not gonna get the Space Switch edition. Like, it's probably gonna still run slightly better if you buy the base Switch version, but I'm not gonna subject myself to that. Anyways, let me see if there's anything new here. They kind of give us a new look at everything. No new trailer though, right? Everything looks different though. Placement wise, yeah. This is definitely our rivals. I was wondering who it was. I was looking at the thing and I was like, okay, who could that be? It's our rivals for sure. Okay, I guess not yet. This is all that we got until later on, which is the second half of this video. We're going to be getting a Pokemon Presents in July. Now, July 22nd is going to be the date for the next Pokemon Presents. This is gonna be the first Pokemon Presents that we have gotten since 2022 that was not on a Pokemon Day. So this is gonna be something very interesting to see. It's very obvious that they have stuff that they want to show us. The last Pokemon Presents that was not on a Pokemon Day was just like a trailer of a bunch of shit that they've had, like Pokemon Unite, Pokemon Go, Pokemon Cafe remakes, stuff like that. I'm expecting to see stuff like that here as well, but I feel like since we've had essentially no news at all for Pokemon ZA, and also of course Pokemon Champions, which we cannot forget at all, I feel like we will be seeing a trailer here depicting those. Now, my original theory, like I said before, I had a video that was planned for later on coming out this week, because there was rumors of a Nintendo Direct coming out, and then we're also getting that guaranteed Summer Games Fest. I was gonna do a little, you know, prediction video for what we're gonna get, and I'm still gonna do that, but one of my predictions was that we're going to get a Pokemon Legends ZA trailer plus release date, because usually we get Pokemon news in June, but now that we have a guaranteed date for July, and seemingly at the end of July, I feel like if we're gonna get our news there, we're gonna get all of it there, and then we'll more than likely start the news cycle for Pokemon Legends ZA after that. That's usually what it happens. We'll end up getting like a trailer every month that showcases like some small thing, but I think the thing that we need to worry about, not even really worry about, but the thing we need to think about the most is that this is a new Pokemon Presents. They could also show us stuff that they don't necessarily, or that we don't necessarily know already. Now, I'm not gonna fill anybody's heads with delusions and shit, but I just wanted to say that it's very, very possible that we could see a brand new Pokemon game here. Not necessarily Pokemon Generation 10. I feel like that's like way far in ahead. I thought we're gonna see that in like Pokemon Day 2026 for the 30th anniversary, but I do think that they will make, you know, some sort of announcement or like, you know, say something about a brand new Pokemon game that's like a side game. I'm assuming maybe like could possibly do something like that. Now this is my delusions, honestly, but I definitely want to see like a Pokemon Ranger or a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I feel like if they're gonna announce those games anywhere, it would be July 22nd. Now, realistically, I have not looked at the leaks that much. Like, I've seen like a leak about Mega Evolutions and shit. At this point where I'm at right now, I don't even know if this is real anymore. Like, that entire list that I saw, I have no clue if it's real. I kind of just moved on from that. So I think what's gonna end up happening now is we're going to see a huge trailer by July, and then we're gonna get Pokemon Champion stuff. Now, Pokemon Champion stuff in a trailer, who knows what that could be? I still have a video that I need to make for that. But I will say that more than likely we'll see a release date for Champions as well. Right now, Pokemon Champions is sitting at a TBA for the release date, which is kind of weird because usually when Pokemon games get announced, they have a year at least, but this doesn't even have a release year, which made me think, okay, they're gonna wait until Generation 10 comes out, and that's gonna be the generation that releases alongside Pokemon Champions. Now, if they don't give us a release date here, or at least a release window, or release year at least, then more than likely my theory is correct. We'll have to wait until like either the end of 2026 or like, you know, the end of 2027. Who knows? I'm genuinely wondering why it would take them so long to do what is seemingly a battle simulator, but I'm assuming it's because they want to make sure everything goes right. Like, I'm still of the mindset that Pokemon Champions is going to replace Pokemon games for the competitive aspect. I feel like from here on out, starting with Generation 10, we will be getting brand new style Pokemon games in terms of like battling and stuff, and the original way to battle with Pokemon will simply be held in Pokemon Champions. And if you want to have a completely new experience with Pokemon, you kind of have to change the battle aspect. But the thing is, competitively, I mean, I'm assuming what their thought process is that it cannot be changed with Generation 10. Now, that might not be true at all. They might keep the gameplay similar, but we'll just have to see. Who knows? We don't know anything yet. This is kind of just speculation, and if you do know something, it's because you're looking at leaks. I'm not doing that. I'm just going off of my own brain. So with that being said, we are in the era for Pokemon news. We're in the Pokemon news cycle now, finally. I'm excited to see what ZA has to offer. Also, with it releasing in October, that means that it is eligible for the Game Awards this year. And shit, with fucking GTA 6 not being here, it's still gonna lose. Funnily enough, it's definitely not gonna beat Clair Obscure or Expedition 33, whatever it's called, right? It's definitely not beating that game. But hey, at least it'll probably be nominated, because I can't think of any other RPG that's coming out this year, unless Persona 4 actually ends up coming out this year, which GG's.